The incredible advances in technology have changed the way people communicate, interact, and work. But that's not all. Technology has also altered the way children learn. When it comes to education nowadays, digital literacy plays a vital role to make students learn in various learning platforms, also known as virtual learning and e-learning, has a potential to improve lifelong learning. According to Small V et al. Year 2013, new technologies and developments in media are transforming the way that individuals, groups, and societies communicate, learn, work, and govern. To be digitally literate in this way encompasses issues of cognitive authority, safety and privacy, creative, ethical, and responsible use and reuse of digital media, among other topics. A lack of digital literacy increasingly implicates one's full potential of being a competent student. Digital literacy is often considered a skill-based competency, but it is introduced and developed in informal learning contexts such as libraries, museums, social groups, affinity spaces online, not to mention the home environment. In fact, digital literacy is separate from computer literacy. It requires critical thinking skills, an awareness of the necessary standards of behavior expected in online environments, and an understanding of the shared social issues created by digital technologies. According to Promedian year 2016, one essential component of digital literacy when it comes to the field of pedagogy of deep learning, of which there are 6 core skills. Collaboration, the ability to work collaboratively with others with strong interpersonal and team-related skills. Creativity, being able to weigh up opportunities in an entrepreneurial manner and ask the right question to generate new ideas. Critical thinking, being able to evaluate information and arguments, identify patterns and connection, and construct meaningful knowledge and apply it in the real world. Citizenship, the ability to consider issues and solve complex problems based on deep understanding of diverse values and worldview. Character, traits such as greed, tenacity, perseverance, and resilience, alongside a desire to make learning an integral part of living. Communication, being able to communicate effectively through a variety of methods and tools to a range of different audiences.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to the new episode of Hashtag Who Knows. It is me, Alyssa Estrellado, your host for this new episode about the literacy in digital environment education. This time, we have a special guest that tackles about this certain topic, but I am very sorry because he can come to us in person because of his conflict of schedule. But all in all, he is here to educate us through call. Please welcome our guest, Mr. Jansen Ventura, a teacher 3 from Cabacao Elementary School in Cabacao, Abra de Ilog Occidental, Mindoro. So, hi, Sir Ventura. Okay, let's go on now to the highlight of this interview. Sir, we have some questions here regarding our topic, literacy in digital environment education. So, first, as a person, expert or professional, what are your thoughts about regarding to literacy in digital environment education?
Digital literacy as an individual's ability to find, evaluate, and compose clear information through writings and other media on various digital platforms is a potent tool in the acquisition of useful information and skills in the new normal setup in education.
So now that's very interesting answer, Sir Ventura. So in our second question, as the world is experiencing a rapid evolving of technologies, for you, what are the advantage and disadvantages of digital literacy when it comes to education? And how these disadvantages affect students in literacy in digital environment education?
There are advantages of it, and there are the instant answers, instant access, instant connection to varied informations. And the disadvantages of it are the following. Due to exposure to varied informations, students may know more than teachers could ever imagine. Next is the credibility and validation of sources, distraction, cost of equipment, and lastly, the availability to students. With the aforementioned disadvantages, students are prone to distractions which might lengthen their study time. Another factor is that they are exposed to radiation for a longer period of time, which also might affect their health.
And the third question, nowadays, the students are experiencing the new normal of education. Do you think that being digital literate will help students acquire knowledge and learning skills?
In some ways, yes, because I certainly believe that learning in the classroom is far different from that on the internet.
And lastly, as a person, what are your advice to the students about the importance of literacy in digital environment education?
Okay, the advice that I will give is first, practice safe surfing. Consider proper netiquettes. Consider reliable sources only. Think before you click and always remember that you are the captain of your own ship. So, be responsible enough.
Okay, thank you so much for your time, Sir Janzen Ventura, and God bless. So, but wait, there's more. Aside from the teacher's perspective about digital literacy, we have to interview students about their perception about regarding to this topic, if they are knowledgeable about digital literacy or they need to improve themselves. So please welcome our guest, Danica Goboy.
Ako po si Danica Gajo, 16 years old, grade 10, nag-aaral sa 4th Bonifacio High School.
Hi Danica, we have some questions here regarding for our topic literacy in digital environment education. First question, as a person, what are your thoughts about literacy in digital environment education?
Nakakatulong din po sa akin ng mga iba't ibang digital platform po para makapag-adjust sa new normal education po namin ngayon. Nakakatulong din po sa akin yung iba't ibang digital platform po kasi may iba po akong lesson na hindi naintindihan na pwede ko pong i-search po mismo sa YouTube or Google po.
Thank you for that wonderful question. And in second question, we have to ask you this. So, as the world is experiencing a rapid evolving of technologies, for you, what are the advantages and disadvantages of digital literacy when it comes to education? And how these disadvantages affect students in literacy in digital environment education?
Sa totoo lang po, may mga apps po na hindi po ako ganun ka-knowledgeable enough sa paggamit like Word or PowerPoint, Excel. Pero kung kinakailangan ko naman po talaga, kaya ko naman pong pag-aralan kung paano gamitin yung mga yun.
And the third question, nowadays, the students are experiencing the new normal of education. Do you think that being digital literate will help students acquire knowledge and learning skills?
First of all po, nahihirapan po kami mag-adjust sa new normal education po namin kasi po nasanay po kami makipag-interact sa classmates and teachers po namin. And second of all po, yung internet connection po namin. Meron naman po kaming wifi pero marami rin po kaming nakakonect. Karamihan po kasi sa amin mga estudyante rin po kaya parang mabagal din po. So, mahirap din po makaintindi kasi yung iba pong teacher po nag-uutal-utal po yung mga sinasabi nila.
And lastly, as a person, What are your advice to the students about the importance of literacy in digital environment education?
Ano naman pong gamitin yung digital platform po natin ngayon? Siyempre po, pag sa new normal education po natin ngayon, kailangan po talaga natin i-adapt yung sarili natin sa paggamit ng iba't ibang digital platform po para may matutunan din po tayo at makasabay tayo sa klase. Siyempre, lahat naman po matututunan natin pag inaral po natin ito ng maigi. May times lang po talaga na sa una po mahirap, lalo na pag di ka familiar sa isang digital platform po. Siyempre, as a 21st century learner, isang malaking bagay na rin sa akin na may matutunan sa paggamit ng iba't ibang klase ng digital platform para makasabay sa takbo ng pag-aaral.
7 reasons why digital literacy is important for teachers. Number 1, moving beyond Google. Students with access to a computer and the internet are able to find the answers to not only simple questions, but also incredibly complex problems. However, there is a significant difference between Googling an answer and understanding why. Looking at Bloom's taxonomy, we want students to gain the deepest level of understanding when faced with a problem. Number 2, teaching digital citizenship. Being a good digital citizen means understanding and applying appropriate and responsible uses of internet and technology. 2 issues top the list when it comes to digital citizenship is that academic plagiarism and cyberbullying. Number 3, closing the digital divide. Students in every schools struggle to take advantage of the tools, platforms, apps, and resources available to their connected peers. But this digital divide is not just in schools. There is also a lack of access to devices and broadband at home externally. The divide is pervasive and accentuates already destructive achievement gaps. Digitally, literate teachers advocate for change and seek innovative solutions. Number 4, expanding conceptions of digital world. While students may be adept at using digital tools, their understanding of what these tools can do is often limited. For example, students use Instagram to post photos but don't think to use the platform for art or history projects. They record themselves with a voice memo app but do not realize those apps could also be used for journalism projects or historical narrative piece. Digitally literate teachers know how to inspire students to use today's technology as a powerful toolset to expand their learning opportunities. Number 5, enabling differentiations. Differentiations in the classroom is essential to meeting the needs of all learners, but it is time-consuming, especially for new teachers. Technology, when used creatively and correctly, can be used to mitigate those differences, such as in one-to-one classrooms. Teachers can lead the class through a lecture, while visual learners follow along with illustrations on their tablets, and audio learners record the lecture for later review. Number 6, making thoughtful cultural and platform decisions. Teachers often receive mandates from administrations to use a particular technology, product, or app even though it doesn't make sense for their students. Good teachers know how their students engage and learn and can use that knowledge to push for technology that will unlock new teaching potential. This makes digital literate teachers great advocates for the appropriate technologies. And lastly, improving the technology. Features can offer important pedagogical and practical insights for edtech companies developing learning technologies for students. Today, teacherpreneurs are sparking teacher-based technological innovations, and they are drawn largely from the ranks of the digital literate. All in all, literacy in digital environment education involves developing skills and knowledge that enable them to safely navigate and discern all forms of digital technology. Knowing these IT skills allows students to learn traditional subjects in innovative ways through educational coursewares and online resources. Teaching digital literacy in primary and secondary schools is all about understanding that today's children need different types of skills and technological knowledge in order to think critically, evaluate their work, and engage with the global community. Literacy today goes beyond developing reading and writing skills in K-12 classrooms. It must promote digital competencies which prompts critical thinking. Through the rapid advancement of technology, students must be prepared for the world in the future. Digital literacy is everything to students today.